Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Twin Peaks: The Return, Episode 9. Bibbs, Meredith, Alonso.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, I made the mistake of reading an article.
Why?
Oh, never read.
Not gonna do that again.
Never read.
Don't read anyone else's opinions
For the people who want to go deep with this stuff, like if you're one of those people that bought the Laura Palmer Diaries and the and the Diane cassette or whatever, and parsed it all for clues, apparently there is an actual website of the one that Matthew Lillard was blubbering about, and it has entries in it that say things and indicate clues and stuff and whatnot. There's a whole article on about the rap, which also included the nugget that apparently the original Twin Peaks, even though it aired in '92, was set in '89. So really now, if it's 25 years later, the show is happening in 2014. And then I was like, I don't know. Somebody will tell me later if it matters.
And yet Dark Coop is still using that blinged out flip phone like it's 2007.
Well, that actually, you know what?
But if you're gonna have a burner phone,
yeah, you want a burner phone without a chip in it. That makes sense.
But you want a super blingy one. I mean,
oh well,
that's true.
It helps. This option, of course. Who doesn't?
I looked at that website, and the thing I like most about that website isn't all like the little clues, but the fact that it looks like it was made on like
Angel
Netscape
Fire
in like 1997.
Yes, it should like redirect to a GeoCities.
Oh, nice.
Or,
my favorite fake vintage site was when Galaxy Quest came out. The site that DreamWorks created for the movie was a fake fan site for the show, and it had all the like flame graphics at the bottom and stuff. It was
so good.
Somebody knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so okay, we begin with Bob still alive. Because why not?
He's fine.
Can't kill him.
Walking down a country road looking a little scabby, but you know.
That's how my favorite country song begins. Walking down a country road, feeling a little scabby. He goes off and he meets Tim Roth. Tim Roth and
Jennifer Jason Leigh, who we've seen before.
Having a weird little semi-hateful eight reunion.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
They've worked together.
Yeah.
And
I loved it in the closing credits that Tim Roth's character Hutch is Gary Hutchins. Like, oh yes, we needed to know that he was named Gary. Thank you, credits.
Well, it's one of the things I always love in like the beginnings of shows or movies that they're like the first time you've ever seen them, and it's always like with Jon Voight as Bobby, and I'm like, oh, he'd make a great Bobby, whoever that is. How the hell do I know?
Yeah, the show is very canny. If you've noticed, like the closing credit, the opening credits are they tell you nothing. Like they jump right to casting and editing. Like they're not going to tell you who you're going to see on this episode. I was kind of hoping this would be the one time they gave us a previously on Twin Peaks, just to have some highlights from episode 8, just to fuck with people. But no,
they're not doing that.
Never.
So the bad Coop, Bob, he gets himself checked out. I guess he's fine, and he orders that the warden be killed.
Yes.
And he sends a mysterious text message too.
And 2 more coming up in Vegas, which I'm assuming is Dougie and Janie E.
Probably. And then lastly, he sends a mysterious text message, which as we learn later in the episode,
goes to Diane.
What? Why? Diane.
So Diane is clearly in on something.
Is she in on it? Or maybe it's a threat.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's just say that we don't know what's going on, but she obviously has known all along that this guy is not Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, not with the faces, y'all. Come on. All right, whatever. Anyway,
Howard Johnson is right.
So it's gonna be it's a thing clearly where she I think knows that this is not Cooper 1.0.
Yeah.
She knows that Bob's in there, whether she's in collusion with Bob or under duress from Bob.
Because she was definitely waiting, because she was checking her phone on the plane, and it had like the little thing popped up that like blocked.
No signal,
Yeah. So she obviously was waiting for something, but it's just kind of like, why? What is your end game here, Diane?
Well, it's funny. I mean, we were just talking before about how like this episode is actual. It's like television. It's like there's a drama that is unfolding before us. So we're seeing story things being planted. Like, so the Diane thing is a big deal. We have 2 different routes to figuring out that Dougie is not Dougie. We have the fingerprints on the coffee mug, and then we also have the other thing, which
with Hastings,
yes, the Cooper and whatnot. So I mean, so there's we seem to be inching toward that revelation.
I keep expecting that now to be like the last minute of the last episode.
I would not be surprised
at this point.
I would not be shocked, frankly. We could totally go there. So let's see. Then we go to the Joneses at the police station, and more wackiness there. And Don Murray, I had not has he been on before, and I didn't notice. Like he's the boss of the insurance agency.
Yeah, wasn't that? He was on.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes.
Outfest is happening, and I'm operating on very little sleep, so I may have completely be missing things.
You're fine. I did like that they actually established that there was a pattern of spaced out behavior with Dougie from the beginning. He was in a car accident earlier on, and every once in a while he's a
right,
and
which explains why no one's raising an eyebrow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still pretty intense. Like it's still kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, maybe a blood clot's formed up in there. Like,
this is pretty severe this time. We should have a doc.
But a CAT scan or something.
Something,
Well, we're slowly his wife, Janie E, is going to eventually bring him to the doctor's office.
No, the ring is the other thing.
Yeah, the ring.
Sorry, sorry. The ring is the other clue to get us to.
Yes, very true.
Sorry. Okay. And I love the giggling cop. I mean, it's so pointless, but it's just it's such a nutty little dreamlike touch, that I don't know.
Every once in a while, there's all these dreamlike touches.
I don't like him. I just like that he's there.
There's all these dreamlike touches, but every once in a while, I feel like I can sense the artifice of it. There's a bit at the end where two characters who I don't think we've seen before are hanging out at the Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, and having that elliptical.
The faces of meth.
Yeah. Having an elliptical conversation about zoo animals and hamburgers.
It's like, the zebra is loose again. We have inside jokes and we won't tell the audience, and that gives us character.
Look, that's how we got introduced to whoever the young horn is. So I didn't check the closing credits, I guess, to find out who those women are and what connection they're going to have. But
sure, no, it's fine. I just every once in a while, it just seems like it's a little too calculated for me. Like for example, I really liked that the substance of the scene between Andy and not Kimmy, because Kimmy's her real name.
No. I was playing D&D until 1 a.m. My brain's
Anyway, Andy and the receptionist.
Yes.
They have this bit where they're like arguing about chairs, and it's so mannered. Not even in like a plausible how quirky these people are way. It feels like bad theater. Yeah. And then it resolves in a way that's kind of cute, and it shows that she loves him and she's gonna get in the chair he likes.
What's the point of that?
The point is
one day you'll be married and you'll understand how this works.
Okay.
Lucy.
Yeah,
but, I don't know. It felt mannered for its own sake.
It was a little mannered, but I did like the resolution.
Yeah. Also, when they go, they all come in, Hawk and all them come in, and Lucy's eating, and she's like,
"I'm not here."
I'm like, man, that is some like improv 101 fake eating.
Well, she doesn't want to actually eat that sandwich. The rule of thumb I always live by is never eat anything larger than your head.
That's fair.
That really pushed it.
But yeah, it was just, I don't know. I wasn't feeling, and I tend to love the Lucy and Hawk scenes. Like anytime they're on, I'm like, oh, you're charming. You're kind of Minnesotan, Northwest, but
Washingtonian, I think.
Yeah, Washingtonian, but still, it felt very Midwest to me,
yes.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think David Lynch actually really does love the sort of blasé, everyday reality of people who aren't consistently engaged.
Very true.
People who don't feel the need to fill their time with incessant chatter.
Yes.
And then so when they do say something, even if it's stupid, it feels important. That's kind of a
Silent Bob syndrome.
Yeah, when you look at it as this is David Lynch doing David Lynch, it does work.
Yeah. So we found out more about what the Major was doing.
Yes.
And this is all stuff that they keep talking about as if it happened in the past, and obviously it did happen in the past, but it's not like we saw it in the original Twin Peaks.
No.
Because in season 2, we were having this conversation just before we started as well. The Major disappeared under mysterious circumstances at the beginning of season 2 of Twin Peaks, and then reappeared under even more mysterious circumstances, just faded in the middle of the living room, wearing like a World War I aviator's outfit.
Okay.
And we'll never talk about it. And then after Dale came back from the Black Lodge, the bad Dale, he had a meeting with the Major, and then the Major mysteriously disappeared again like a day later.
Right.
And so
but apparently not before stashing that thing in the chair and telling his wife that one day, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, and it's full of mysterious mystery notes.
Yes. So
scavenger hunt episode.
Well, I like that. I mean, like that was a good like way of hiding the cipher. Like I really appreciated that little touch. Like as somebody, I'm like really into code breaking and stuff.
So
we're Gravity Falls meets Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So did we know that our hired little person killer was named Ike the Spike, or
that was new to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a new piece of information.
It's really good.
He gets. I like that the clues keep coming for Dougie. It was the flag and the
red
outlet.
shoe. Well, and the red shoes. They
and the red shoe.
Yes. Made me just think of Red Shoe Diaries, David Duchovny. I'm like, how does this all tie into each other?
It's all going to connect into the head
It's
of the
all
FBI.
cable.
Yeah.
There you go.
It all works out.
I love You Can't Smoke Here. It's a fucking morgue.
Yeah.
People still work at the morgue, Diane.
And I'm totally shipping Albert and the coroner.
Oh yeah,
they're perfect.
I know, right?
With like just a little glance, and the fact that Albert actually seemed amused by another human being, just slightly. It's just like you might as well get married now.
Yeah, that's the best.
That was
option for you.
sizzling chemistry.
Yeah.
I am not your foot.
Oh God, Jerry, what?
I don't know.
I mean,
too many mushrooms. What is
that's
this?
what I mean. We've already established that he'll get high, go out in the forest, and get lost. So I'm thinking that, or he stumbled too close to the Black Lodge.
I mean, yeah, we do have this history of. I mean, we have the one-armed man had to cut his arm off because it was evil.
Yeah.
And now the arm itself is its own entity. And we've discussed in previous episodes of Twin Peaks how drugs can impact whether or not you can even see the Black Lodge. For example, the one-armed man would take drugs so that he was unaware of all of the horrors that befell him and he no longer had his psychic powers. It's possible Jerry has stumbled into it the back way.
Yeah.
And for all we know, his leg is gonna be the next villain on Twin Peaks. And that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Not the leg!
Oh my God.
And then we're gonna have a leg versus arm fight.
Oh, there we go.
And that's gonna be like this epic
There can
battle
be
for
only
supremacy.
one.
You know what? I could actually see Lynch pulling that off. Like, if anyone could, that would be
David Lynch's Enter the Dragon, where it's just an arm and a leg.
And somebody's like wearing an entire green screen suit except for the arm. Yeah, totally. All right, let's see. Just so Chad is still a jerk and should not eat his lunch in the conference room because he knows better. That scene outside where Tammy and Gordon go out where Diane is smoking. Is that just like we're trying not to laugh and we're just gonna keep the camera going?
I guess.
Because it felt like anybody in that scene was gonna lose it at any moment and it was gonna get like all Jimmy Fallon on us.
I feel like they were maybe playing a prank on what's her name? Is Tammy?
Tammy.
I think that they were playing a prank on that actress, and they were just like, okay, now in this scene, just
go with it.
Just kind of pose, like just sort of like that sort of that 1950s sexy bounce, like that Mae West kind of bounce, and just see how long you can do it.
But that's all she kind of does. Like, to be honest, like Tammy is like that very stereotypically over-sexualized David Lynch character that he always has. Like, from the point where David Lynch even puts his hand on her back, and I'm like, all right.
It's actually weird because if you think about it, Twin Peaks has a lot of very nuanced female characters, and then we have Tammy.
But you always have.
We may get more from Tammy because apparently in the aforementioned website, like Tammy's name is somehow associated with, like, she took all the majors transcripts or something. So she may yet surface as more
a character.
In other female news, Ashley Judd is back in the office with Ben.
Yeah.
Listening to strange sounds and almost kissing him, but then not.
Hey, good on Ben for being, I can't do this. Like,
I know, because he's a former pig.
It's a little kind of late, but like whatever.
Well, he's gone
better
through.
late than never.
What are we to make of the rash? That was just nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Stop scratching it.
I'm telling you, meth. That's like the only. There's nothing more there other than this woman is on a crap ton of drugs.
One subplot that's kind of getting overlooked because partially I think because it's such a traditional subplot is that drugs are running rampant in Twin Peaks right now. Like rampant.
Yeah,
like,
we
true.
see the cocaine. We see obviously,
yeah, like seriously, like all of the police department is dedicating all of their energy to mysteries that for all they know might not even exist.
Right.
Meanwhile, everyone on town is on drugs.
Like this is the Ohio of the Northwest.
Yeah, sure.
The Ohio's one of the huge opioid.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're near the border, you know, and we do get another reference to the Blue Rose mystery,
Yes.
so that might, and that which ties us to like, you know, the trailer park and you know Harry Dean Stanton, so that might have something, you know, which I think eventually gets us to Young Horn, so you know.
Who were? Okay, I was a little confused by the scene of the guy running into the wall. Was that Audrey and her brother?
Oh, Johnny, yes.
Yeah, that was Johnny.
That was Johnny.
Yeah, that was Johnny,
okay.
but I don't know if that was.
It sounded like it could have been Sherilyn Fenn, but we didn't see her face.
Yeah, but she also looked a little older. Like it could have been, you know, maybe it was Audrey.
She's not going to be young. I mean, I saw Sherilyn Fenn recently in a movie.
I'm trying to determine if she's like 40s or 80s, but yeah, definitely is more 40s.
Wait, remind
50s.
me who Johnny is.
The
autistic brother.
Her autistic brother. He wore the Indian headdress in the original series.
Oh, okay.
Russ Tamblyn was his therapist.
Right, I remember. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because wasn't she like? God, I only watched this 2 hours ago, but wasn't she yelling Johnny in the scene?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm because we didn't spend any amount of time with them, and we never saw her face. And that's another one that we just simply haven't resolved yet. Is what the hell happened to Audrey?
And they might finally reveal that because she might turn around and she's all scarred and burned. And
maybe.
Well, and you know, weirdly enough, I watched the show with the captions on because I'm old, and usually when an off-screen person is speaking, they will attribute who's talking, and in this case, they did not. It just said Johnny, Johnny, whatever, like, but it didn't say, you know.
Yeah, so they wanted to keep it.
So it's a mystery. Our musical guests this week are. A DJ named Hudson Mohawk, which I kind of love.
That's cute.
I just did an entire Sofa Dogs podcast commentary for Hudson Hawk.
We should do a video for What the Flick called "Is Hudson Hawk a Classic?"
Yeah. There we go. Yeah,
I actually like that movie a lot.
I have soft spot for it. And Au Revoir Simone was the other band.
Yeah, they make quite a few appearances.
Oh,
yeah, I think we've seen them before.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a minute, the lead singer of Au Revoir Simone, and this episode in particular, looks so much like a young Laura Dern.
I know.
I almost thought it was going to be a plot point. Like it was just like, oh, and Diane's like a young version of Diane came out of the Black Lodge and is performing at the Roadhouse and hypnotizing everyone at Twin Peaks into doing meth.
Well, listen, if you are digging Laura Dern's 2017 between this and Big Little Lies, check out. Just came out last few weeks on DVD and streaming and everything. Wilson, which kind of came and went very quickly theatrically, but she's really great in it, and it's a fun movie.
Well, she's just one of those actors who's been great in everything and dramatically underappreciated her entire career.
Yeah, but now she's just getting a lot of interesting high profile projects all mashed together, and she's got Star Wars coming out this year, so you know.
She's in Star Wars?
She is in Star Wars.
Ooh.
They're making another Star Wars?
I know, right?
Wow,
what? Crazy. All right, so
we've had 20 Dunes and we're finally getting another Star Wars.
So this is episode 9. This is the middle
halfway point.
Midway.
And
no
here
idea.
we are.
No idea, everybody. we're on this journey together.
Yes.
We're just as confused as you. It would be real nice if at the end of these 18 episodes, the entire sum of the universe comes crashing together and we understand existence in its totality. Failing that, it's just gonna be super weird.
Yeah, let's not hold our breath either way.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.